After our nice sailing cruise from Oslo to Copenhagen, Jambo had been left in the Marina Kastrup for 3 weeks. During that time it survived the little storm, and everything else also worked out well. The berth fee for the 20 days was 3,200 Danish crowns, which is about 420 euros. Yesterday I arrived with my sailing comrade Wilm, and today we are going to travel back to the Netherlands. We will cruise via the Limfjord, and at first we are heading north, then we will anchor at the island Hesselø, then it goes up to Hals, further in the Limfjord to Hjol, then to Tüberøn, Fidesande, then finally via Fænø to List auf Sylt, where we will meet Heinz and Klaus, and then from there the four of us are sailing together to Enkhuizen in the Netherlands. Copenhagen is portside.
Good morning! We are sailing from Copenhagen in Denmark to the island Sylt in Germany. For those who don't know me, I'm Martin and this is my Jambo, a Bavaria 34 holiday. I'm not single-handed this time. My friend Wilm is with us. He's the man at the helm. Wind at the moment 15-16 knots, half wind. We are traveling with 5.5 to 6 knots. Yeah, weather is quite good. Sunny, a few little clouds in the sky. Today we want to get to the island Hesselø in the Kattegat, and tomorrow we want to sail to Hals, which is a town at the entrance of the Limfjord, which we are taking to get to the North Sea. Yeah, we look forward to the cruise.
Here we meet Matthias Heislitz with his sailing yacht Mabea. We found us via our AAS transponders.
Kronborg in Helsingør ahead. We have about 15 nautic miles to the island Hesselø, which will take us roughly 2.5 hours or 3 hours, let's see. Wind up to 20-21 knots, but with a reasonably good speed. Yeah, we look forward to a nice anchoring place. Our Helmsman Wilm, not at the helm. That work is done by the autopilot. And Wilm, everything alright?
All alright.
Sounds good, perfect.
Today it has been 58 nautic miles to Hesselø.
We arrived at the island Hesselø, dropped the anchor in a depth of 5 meters. Completely unexpected, the wind has changed to east, so we have the island behind us. That's not our preferred position, but we expect that the wind will change during the night to west, so we keep watching and should be okay. So there's a little thunderstorm over there, but it seems that it is moving away because the time between the lightning and the thunder is increasing, so which is a good indication. Yeah, it was a good day. Cheers, Will.
Cheers.
Luckily, during the night the weather has calmed down and now we can enjoy a nice morning at anchor. Then we are taking off and we are continuing north to the Limfjord.
Good morning, we are sailing to Hals. We left 3 hours ago and have 17 nautical miles behind. Very nice wind today, 5 / 4. Sun is shining. Yeah, we have around about 50 nautical miles ahead of us. And I expect a late arrival, probably 8 p.m. this evening, but so far perfect sailing day. We are now for 10 hours on the way and have 55 nautical miles behind. Yeah, the wind was not completely in our favor this afternoon. It turned to northwest and partially we had a north course. Yeah, now the wind is better, it turned back. Yeah, beautiful even here on the Kattegat. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take that long to get to Hals now. We've arrived in Hals after 14 hours and 77 nautical miles, mostly upwind. Yeah, all worked out well. And now we just want to have a beer and then a good sleep afterwards. Cheers, Will.
Cheers, Martin.
Good morning, we are getting ready to leave Hals. The wind today up to 30 knots. Firstly, we want to drive to Aalborg and have a look at that town. And then afterwards we carry on west and we haven't decided yet where we stay overnight. Yeah, let's see.
Before we are leaving, we're doing a small tour through the town. Hals is located at the entrance of the Limfjord and is about 30 kilometers east of Aalborg. About 2,500 people live here. The history of the city goes back to the 17th century, and at that time Hals had a customs office, which was operating until 1911. It is a nice little resort, even though at the moment there's not so much going on because of the season and the weather. The stop is very short for us, as we arrived late in the evening and have to leave early in the morning. In the meanwhile, the wind is blowing around 32 knots. While leaving the marina, we have to drive with high speed to prevent drifting too much. The wind is fine for us and we have just set the Genoa.
All well.
In the morning we found a technical problem, since the batteries did not seem to have been charged by the alternator of the engine the day before. So later on, when we will be under engine, I want to troubleshoot.
It's heavily raining at the moment. We have another half an hour to drive to Aalborg. Yeah, let's see how it works at the bridges. Yeah, we're now at the bridge. We have to wait 10 minutes. We're not sure if we really want to go to Aalborg or if we carry on through the Limfjord. We will see.
I'm so wet.
We are driving through and do not visit Aalborg today because of the weather, and the next bridge seems to open as well.
And now I'm facing one of the darkest chapters of my sailing life. Unfortunately, only a few nasty film shots could be taken during the time. So, while I am below deck and doing the troubleshooting, Helmsman Wilm is up on deck and steering the ship. Suddenly I just hear from above that we have no more depths. But it's already too late. We have grounded next to the fairway. The whole afternoon we are doing whatever we can to get free somehow. But unfortunately, it is all in vain. A small fishing boat is also trying to get us off ground, sadly without success. Finally, we succeed with the help of another sailing yacht. We connected a line at the top of the mast and the sailing yacht pulled strongly. Actually, this action is successfully listing Jambo that far and subsequently reducing the draft, that in the end we can come free again.
Thank you very much! Wir sind frei! We sat the whole afternoon on ground. We're now free again, so we got some help from a sailing yacht. Yeah, that's a story in itself. I think I get it together now. So just drive to the next marina and then the day is done for us. What a day! Ja, Wassertiefe auch nicht besonders groß hier. Mal einen Meter unterm Kiel, aber passt. Da wollen wir hinein. Ja, halben Meter, 60 Zentimeter hier. Passt. Ja, auch nicht besonders tief hier. 10 cm hatten wir vorhin. We made it. We are now in Hill or Hjol. Do not exactly how to pronounce. Yeah, very shallow here, the entrance to the marina. So again, no space between the keel and the ground, but just worked. Yeah, very interesting day today. Hopefully I can tell the story tomorrow. So, Wilm, cheers.
Cheers.
Good morning. We are getting ready to leave Hjol. We want to go to Tüberön, which is about 55 nautical miles to the west. Yeah, the weather a little bit rain at the moment. Some mist, overcast, but let's see, hopefully the sun comes out later today. Yeah, we are looking forward to the day. Bye bye y'all. Yeah, a rainy day as promised by the weather forecast. Beautiful Denmark. And with sunshine it wouldn't even look better. Höchste ahead. The island Lieve at portside.
So that's the Limfjord. We are not traveling at the best time of the year. At the moment it's very dull, grey and rainy. The fjord ranges for more than 100 nautical miles from Hals in the east to Tüberön in the west. It has an area of about 1,700 square kilometers and offers many opportunities for water sports activities, with some narrow sections but also more spacious areas. It consists of many safe and quiet anchorages and has more than 100 larger and smaller islands, partially with unspoiled nature, beautiful sandy beaches and idyllic harbors. Then of course there are also some towns along the Limfjord, such as Nykøbing, Nibø, Lokstør, Struer, Lemvik and of course Aalborg. It is 67 nautical miles from Skjold to Tüberön. Here we are entering the port of Tüberön, which you have to drive through to the end because the rear part is reserved for pleasure crafts. We have arrived in Tüberön, sitting in a restaurant, have a little bite. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Early next morning, we are continuing towards Fidesande. We have not seen too much in the short time, but the town looks nice. On the long cruises to the north or vice versa, it is a recommendable stop. The village itself is located on a peninsula and has about 2,000 inhabitants. It has a few restaurants, supermarkets and a large fish market.
Sailing now to Hivesande, wind southeast, so we are upwind, we can't go direct course, but we hope that the wind will turn later in our favor. Great sailing day so far. Approaching Fidesande, almost there.
Under wonderful sailing wind, we have done 58 nautical miles to Fidesande.
We made it. We are now in the Marina Fidesande, which is actually not the nicest one, but it works well on our cruise south. Yeah, after the lovely sailing day, we enjoy our beer. Cheers, Will.
Cheers, Martin.
Fidesande is a nice little fishing and vacation town here on the west coast of Denmark. It has about 3,000 inhabitants and in summer many tourists visit the town. It has some good shops and some restaurants and hotels. It also offers very beautiful sandy beaches, dunes and cozy cottages and some fishing boats with freshly caught fish. Every morning there's a fish auction in the harbor. Here's a small log to the Limfjord. Right now we are leaving the harbor. Gorgeous weather today. The wind is predicted at force 7 and even the harbor area we already have force 5 with 17 to 18 knots.
Just left Fidesande on the North Sea. The wind blows with 6 to 7 before. Yeah, we're expecting a nice sailing day. Wilm, everything all right?
All right.
Unfortunately, our helmsman Wilm regularly fights with a slight seasickness in such swell, but currently he seems to be just okay.
Very nice sailing day. Good wind, good speed, all fine. Visual inspection, check if everything is alright with the rudder, but it looks good.
After the failure of my helm 2 years ago in the Baltic Sea, I have become very careful and am checking it regularly and frequently. We are continuing to drive south with good speed.
We changed course, we are now sailing 120 degrees. Our destination today is Fanø. It's a Danish island. And the weather is good sunshine. The wind's still strong, up to 31 knots. Yeah, waves are a little bit calmer now. I would guess 2 to 3 meters. We had them up to 4 before. Yeah, we have around about 25 nautical miles ahead of us. And I expect that we might be there 7 p.m.-ish. We will see.
We have changed the course and are going windward and are now heading north-northeast. Esbjerg is starboard ahead. There's a lot of boat traffic passing through Esbjerg. At starboard, the fairway leads to the island Fanø. Again, we are facing some traffic, a dredging ship ahead and a ferry, both having priority. The fairway is very shallow, and also we are at the high tide. We sometimes do not have a hand width of water under the keel. That's probably the reason why they are dredging here. It has been a great sailing day with 56 nautical miles under the wind conditions as we prefer it. At least me.
We made it. We are on the island Fanø. We tried first the marina over there, but it was very shallow. And we are at high tide, so we would be dependent on high tide tomorrow. So here we are a little bit more flexible tomorrow. Yeah, we're looking forward to a nice evening on Fanø. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
The island of Fanø is located in front of Esbjerg in the North Sea. It is about 16 kilometers long and measures 5 kilometers at its widest point. Almost 3,500 inhabitants live on the island. We are in Nordby, which is the largest town here. Fenø is very popular as a holiday island because of the wide sandy beaches. Nordby presents itself to us as a small, dreamy coastal town with a lot of charm. A nice view at Fenø and Nordby with a small promenade. Because we are dependent on the tides, we cannot start too late. We are leaving in gorgeous weather at high tide. Our destination is List auf Sylt, where we are meeting our two sailing companions Heinz and Klaus.
Bye bye Fenø.
While passing by Esbjerg, we are encountering some Danish warships.
Good morning! We are sailing to List auf Sylt. That's about 35 nautical miles from Fenø. Wind at the moment around 18 knots, travel speed 6.5 over ground. So the currents are a little bit with us. Yeah, beautiful day. And we are enjoying downwind sailing. It seems we are getting some visitors. Actually, we had really visitors. So the ship let our inflatable boat down and then they came along with 6 people. It was customs and they asked to come on board, but then the waves were too high and then they didn't do it. So they asked how many people on board, what's our destination. So we gave them all the information and then they wished us a nice journey.
Ahead is the beautiful island Sylt. It has been a shorter drive of 37 nautical miles from Fenø to Sylt. Whilst we are approaching the harbour entrance, we must steer strongly against the incoming tidal current, which is transverse to the port entrance. We have made it and are now in the port of List.
We arrived in List after 37 miles from Fenø. Yeah, we got new crew members, Heinz and Klaus, and the 4 of us will sail to Enkhuizen in the Netherlands. Yeah, Wilm and I did 378 nautical miles from Copenhagen. Not completely without problems. We had the grounding issue at one afternoon, but warm welcome, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Since we want to leave tomorrow, we need to go into town for shopping. 3 years ago, we have already been on Sylt, but moored in the harbour Hørnum in the south. The seaside resort, List auf Sylt, is located at the northern tip of the island and is also the most northern town in Germany. It has about 1,500 inhabitants. Like the other places on Sylt, List is also a very popular tourist destination. That is the restaurant Piratennest, where we will eat tonight. This has been the first part of our return cruise, from Copenhagen through the Limfjord to List. From the Limfjord itself, we have not seen that much. And at the end of August, it's already very autumnal here in the north.